Aloha, Pengy. Good evening, y'all. What time is it? Sorry if you heard that. Hello. Ni hao de. Hi, Jose. Hi, Pee Monster. Hi, Joker. Morning, honey. Whoa, Kya. Hi, Exo Cafe. Hi, JK General, Road, Wheels, Eric. No, I would never forget about you guys. Angel, Dylan, D10, Glappy, Gupper. Strega, welcome. Actually, I take the welcome back. Welcome back, because you threw a missile at my face. Sarita, hello. Edu G, thank you for being subscribed for 10 months. That is a fully born baby at that point. Hi, Bohunk. Hi, Chewy. Oha. How's everyone doing? Hi, Chef. Hi, Galileo. Hi, Angel. Hi, Final Star Man, Cognizant Hydra. I'm gonna start off the stream a little bit, maybe serious. You guys know I had to talk about what's going on. I'll fill you in if you don't know. Let me know. Let me know if the music is an okay volume. And I do apologize if I sound kind of icky. I am sick, unfortunately. I think my body was like, ooh, about to be sick before Pengy party, and then I held it back, but I think I caught whatever con crud was at AX, which is also affecting Dream Teak right now, so F in the chat for Dream Teak. Hi, Romblimo! Oh, hi, Tom on YouTube, who is not to be confused with Tom from Twitch. I think AX kind of fucked me up, man. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you, Eric. You're so sweet. And Rambly, thank you. 18 months. That's like 2 pregnancies. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you for subscribing, for supporting. And Road, thank you for gifting a sub to No, don't. Why? After they threw a missile at me, you're gonna give them a sub? But thank you. Yeah, actually, there's even more stuff that I didn't tweet about. So, do you guys remember how, I think it was either last year or a year ago, I had a laptop that fell out of my backpack and broke? I got the laptop fixed, right? And you're not gonna believe what happened to me the second that I landed in the LAX airport. That same laptop broke again in the same exact way. I think it's the book bag. I thought at first it was user error, but I'm telling you, I had a lot of things go wrong at AX, but overall I had a lot of things go. It was still really fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, no, I think it's the backpack. I don't know. I kind of want to reach out to them because, like, I don't think it makes sense for the back part of a backpack to open up that easily. And even if I have my laptop secured, it just, like, falls out anyway. So maybe I have to stop using that backpack, which is really upsetting to me. But yeah, I didn't want to tweet about the laptop because I was like, oh my god. Well, first of all, I didn't have time because I landed on Wednesday and then, like, we had maid training that evening. I just didn't have time to get into it. AX is genuinely cursed. I don't know if I want to go back next year. Like, with all that being said, I'm curious. 1 in chat, how many of you went to AX? 2 in chat didn't go this year. This was actually my first AX, like, ever. And I've always wanted to try it. I always thought that the crowd pictures looked horrifying and scary. So being able to experience it through the maid cafe is honestly the way to go for me. Although I'm still very exhausted. Knives, how are you? I feel like we were maybe in the same vicinity Or not. I don't know if I hallucinated that. Were you at AX? I hope you're doing well. Hi, PP Monster. Oh, definitely. I would never forget you guys. I would at least warn you if I couldn't stream. Well, Rowan, thank you for giving us up to Knives. I sorry to put you on the spot, Knives, but yeah, if you guys like Worage, Knives is like a very good Uchishi. So shout out Knives, but I don't think they stream, so. Do I want to visit Indonesia? I would love to visit Indonesia. But I don't know how I would get to Indonesia. Like, I would love to go though. Yeah, salamat pagi to all my Indonesian minions. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Terima kasih. Wait, that's not what I wanted to say. Aku kamasin. No. Aku kamasin. Sinta? Or sin? Yeah,
You should probably get to Indonesia on a plane. I think about to take a while.
Thank you, Hidden In. You had that Lemonade song in a loop for a while after Pengy Party. Didn't know it was... Yes, Lemonade was one of my attempts to create original music. I don't know, before Rise and Grind, I was able to kind of test out making music with Rezo. So Lemonade was one such attempt, and then Asteroid Music cleaned it up, but that was before they were Asteroid Music, and by clean it up I mean they made it sound good, because otherwise I would have been cooked. I would go, okay, this is the idea, and they go, okay, we make it sound professional, here you go. You should probably get to Indonesia on a plane. Oh, I was thinking I would swim. Swim. Water falling off your skin. Oh yeah, let me address the situation. That sounds so dramatic, but I mean, low-key kind of is. Let me know if the music is a good volume, y'all. I have it. Why do I sound like that? Also, thank you, Hidden In, for subscribing for 17 months. That's almost 2 pregnancies. If you are on YouTube and Twitch, I do apologize. I have moderation set to a little bit higher than usual. Just because on Twitter, shit was going a little haywire. I will catch you all up to speed if you don't use Twitter. I'm of two minds, because when I made my initial post, I was like, oh, okay, like, I just made the post and that's fine, like, nobody's going to come back for a second time. And then I made another post saying, hey guys, I had to delete the post, and then the same people were there. I'm like, okay, I don't know if you're, like, on the lookout for what I'm doing. I just didn't want to deal with it. I don't know. I just didn't want to deal with it. So, you don't hear any music? Okay, good. I have it very quietly. So yeah, sorry. Let's just talk about what happened first. Let's get it out of the way, and then we could just yap about the actual AX experience. I really do apologize. I wanted to kind of type something out a little bit and have just slightly more organized, but I had my human job, and then I just haven't had a chance. I do apologize. Hi, Juliano. I'm good, and you? Yeah. Free block list, TBH. I'm really not that I don't use the block button like that so quickly or like so easily, but especially because, okay, I've had random stuff go viral before, so I'm not a stranger to comments. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys remember, I found Yuka inside my car engine, and I was filming when we took him out of the car engine, because I wasn't the one, like, pulling him out, and also because it was, like, I had enough time during that situation to be like, oh, let me pull out my phone and record. But yeah, like, I got a lot of comments saying, like, this is staged, da-da-da-da-da, like, you are abusing, like, shit like that. Like, I'm not, I don't know, I feel like I have pretty thick skin. So the issue is not that like people were attacking me per se, but you know what? Let's just get into it. I'll talk about it. Hi, Wheels. Well, you know what, Misa? I am glad that we can at least agree to disagree. And that's also something that I want to get into, where I feel like I was not really able to have a conversation with a lot of the people that were in my replies. I think it's good that we can have differing opinions and still talk about things, right? Because we don't want to become so insulated or in such an echo chamber that we lose touch with the rest of the world and we lose touch with reality. But facts are facts, right? And oh my god, wait, there's a treasure. What the hell is a treasure train? What? Wills, thank you for gifting us up to Bohonk, and Eduji, thank you for gifting us up to Pow Pow. Okay, since this conversation is a little serious, I'm gonna try not to get distracted by chat, okay? So I am Gomen. Okay. So facts is gonna listen. Okay, I'll just talk about it. Hi, actress style life. Okay. If you come in after this, I'm sorry. Let me just. I don't want to like get distracted easily or make it seem like I'm not taking this seriously. So I'm just gonna talk about it. So if you don't use Twitter, let me explain what happened. I made a post that said, and I quote, "After we'd closed, we being the Maid Cafe, I passed some men huddled around this sign doing smash or pass while pointing at pictures of the maids and laughing. I called out to them, quote, you know that those are real people, right? Quote, they immediately scattered while giggling and couldn't even look me in the eye. Don't do this." And I included a photo of said sign. Now, I want to apologize to literally everyone. It was really stupid of me to have actually included a picture of the sign. I didn't think that this would have left my sphere of the internet, like my little corner of the internet, which hindsight 2020, it's really it is sometimes unfathomable to me. Like, you kind of project your own morals onto other people, right? And like, yes, I am aware that people on the internet are assholes, and yes, maybe I was expecting at least one comment to be like, you're just mad they didn't want to smash. But they started, of course, doing the exact thing I was complaining about on the tweet, so I was like, I have to delete this. So I really sincerely apologize. That was really stupid of me. I should have just not included a picture of the sign or blurred it or whatever. So yeah. With that being said, that is why I deleted the initial tweet. The comments to the initial tweet are still up, so if anyone wants to like reply to that and shit on me, you are more than welcome to. But yeah. So there were a couple of common so okay, the point of the tweet, right, which I said under it, I don't have what I said directly under it like pulled up right now, but I essentially said, hey, like, the point is not whether or not you found these people attractive. It's just very demeaning and insulting and objectifying to stand in a hallway and just loudly start going like, yes, no, like smash or pass, right? And if you are having an issue with me saying that, that's okay. We're gonna do some exercises. we're gonna talk this out, and I'm gonna explain to you why that's not okay. All right. So let's get some common things out of the way first to make sure that we're all on the same page, right? So number one, I had a lot of people say, you made this up for clout, and you made this up for engagement farming, which I won't lie to you, it does sound like a and then everybody clapped moment. But if you were truly interested in finding out more information and, you know, arguing in good faith, which you're not, you would have looked in the comments and you would have noticed that at least 2 of the 5 other people that were present with me had commented, reacting either, I'm glad you said something, or, yeah, you reacted in this way. So, like, not that I will tell you that this interaction happened so quickly that the first thing I'm not gonna do when I'm in a confrontation with someone, I'm not gonna think, oh yeah, let me pull out my phone. Like, when, you know how stressed out I am when I am, like, at an idol event and I'm like, oh shit, let me pull out my camera, like, I want to take a video of this. It takes me, like, 10 business days to do that. If I'm in, like, a fast-paced altercation, my first thought is not, let me pull out my phone. Now, if I had pulled out my phone, I'm sure the goalpost would then have been moved to have been, oh, this is fake and staged. So, you know, I think it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I just wanted to address the whole, I made this up for engagement. I wish I did. I don't know what to tell you. I can't, I don't know. I can't convince you otherwise. I can tell you that there were 5 other people with me. One of them was a man. And 2 of the people there left a comment on the original post. What else? Okay, if it does sound made up, but if I really had more time to think, and if I really wanted to do a gotcha moment, I would have said something like, nobody's gonna fuck you, man. But like in the moment, in my mind, I was just shocked. I'm telling you, it happened so fast. Like, all I said was, oh, like, you know, those are real people, right? Like, that's all I said. I didn't even say it, like, angrily. I didn't, like, I just said, you know, those are real people, period. And, they left so quickly. Like, we barely had an interaction. They just, like, giggled and left. And I wouldn't have even noticed what would have happened if the people around me hadn't pointed out, like, oh, you know, they're doing smash or pass, right? Because dude, half of the time, things happen around me and I don't even notice what's going on. So I would have completely missed it had it not been for the people around me pointing it out. I just want to say that, all right? So just wanted to get that out of the way. I can't make you believe that this happened, but there were at least 5 other witnesses that were the people with me, okay? I'm not going to start saying who these people are, because obviously if I'm getting attacked, I'm not going to start being like, oh yeah, so-and-so was with me, so-and-so was with me. I'm just going to tell you it was 5 femme-presenting people and a man, okay? All right. Yeah, and that's the final thing. I would have not started a fucking altercation with someone, or first of all, I didn't go into this thinking like, yeah, let me get into a fight with someone. But I'm not gonna confront some men if I'm by myself at a convention. Like, I've told you guys stories where the few times that I wander around at a convention where someone's like grabbed me, tipped me into their lap, like carried me without warning. Like, things have happened to me in the past. I don't play around with my safety like that, okay? That's why I always travel with other people, or if I'm by myself, like, I'm not looking to start a fight or whatever, okay? All I said to these people were, you know, those are real people. That's it, okay? And also, I'm sorry if I sound really heated. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions about this. I do think it's mostly my community in here, so I am low-key kind of preaching to the choir, but also, like, I'm hoping that some of you that were commenting on my Twitter are in here because you're curious, and you're like, oh, or maybe you're screen recording to, like, dunk on me. I don't fucking know. But I just hope that you can at least open your mind a little bit to what I am telling you, right? Okay, I'm not trying to attack you. Okay? And me saying that I had this experience is not an attack against men, alright? I'm not coming after all men, alright? I'm just saying that there are some people who think that it is okay to act like this in public. That's, okay, so that brings me to another, I guess, like, argument that was levied against me, which was that they must not agree with me, so I am calling them an incel. Well, when I say incel, I'm talking about specifically the type of person who is so antisocial, I guess, that anything, like, that they think that it is okay to treat women like objects. I'm not gonna say men do this, because then my argument to that would be, so you think that all men treat women in this way? I don't think so. I think it's just a specific subsect of men, or I'm talking specifically about incels, all right? There's a specific subsect of people who act this way. So I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, a bunch of men were my replies doing this. No, it was a bunch of incels. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck and blah blah blah, it's a fucking duck. Okay? Period. Does that make sense? I'm not. Yes, okay, I'm gonna allow that. So yes, incel equals resentment against women, rad femme resentment against men. Both are socially corrosive. Well, I agree with what you're saying. I will say that unfortunately, when there is a power imbalance, such as the fact that we do live in a patriarchy, the waters get a little murky. But I agree. Once you start going like, well, right, like, yes, but that's exactly my point. I'm not saying yes, all men. I'm saying specifically incels who are harboring resentment towards women. But yeah, actually, yeah, jokes aside, I wanted to say that too. Sorry, going back to my previous point. I am not actually, believe it or not, I am not 7 feet tall in real life, okay? I am a 5 foot tall woman. I'm not out here looking to start fights with, like, men I don't know. Like, period. That's it. So, okay. My usage of the word incel is just to denote those types of men who have no respect for women, and I'm not saying that all men are incels. I'm just specifically saying that the type of men who were replying to my initial post and thinking, haha, let me be edgy and start doing exactly what she's complaining about, that is incel behavior. And if you don't like it, and if you don't like being called an incel, maybe think about why people are saying that. Maybe think about why that is the word that I chose to use. Okay? Most men are not behaving in this way.
Maybe this is just me being umapilled. But I don't get why people are deciding if maids are more like Danon Smash. The recent sprint racer vs the greatest Japanese horse of the 20th century, El Condor Passer.
Hello, Enon P. Thank you for... You were also at AX, but you were, aside from what happened to your friends, the whole Smash or Pass debacle is absolutely disgusting. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you for the first time message. Did I say your name right? Enon P. So yes, Chi. People were making the argument that I was policing who they can and can't find attractive and ignoring the fact that these comments were also being said out loud in public for everyone to hear. Which brings me to my final point and the exercise that I wanted to make. Now, you are well within your rights to find people attractive. All right. And yes, I'm not stupid. All right. You can go to the maid cafe and you could be like, wow, my maid is so cute. Literally me meeting a lot of the maids this past weekend. I was just going like, oh, hubba, everyone's so cute and pretty. And I'm so excited to work with them. But tell me, are you really telling me that calling someone pretty and attractive is the same thing as loudly playing Smash or Pass in the middle of a hallway? And I find it really funny because some people were like, oh, I bet they weren't even being that loud. She was eavesdropping. Da-da-da. Bitch. Why are you making excuses? Like, why are you saying all this? You weren't there. Why are you immediately discrediting me? I know why you're immediately discrediting me. It's because I'm a woman, but that's okay. That's okay. No worries. Well, we're going to do an exercise. Okay? So, why is Smash or Pass not the same thing as finding pretty or attractive? Question. With a coworker, would you say, oh, you look pretty today? Or, you look attractive today? Actually, I wouldn't even say that to a coworker. But I would say, yeah, you look pretty today. Now, would you say, I would smash you, or I want to fuck? No, you wouldn't. That's highly inappropriate. And it's not, it's not permissible. Okay, let's say fine. A coworker, maybe it's too, maybe that's too specific, all right? with a friend, would you say, hey, you look pretty today? Or would you say, smash or pass? The difference is that by doing smash or pass, you are essentially reducing the person to an object of sexual desire. And before you guys start going, wokey, like, objectively, that is what that means. It is objectification, okay? And yes, someone else was like, oh, you could be objectified for your finance. Girl, I'm not talking about that. We are having a waffles conversation and you are talking about pancakes. I'm talking about something that happened to me that I found demeaning, and you are out here trying to say, well, what about this? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this situation in particular, okay? It's literal objectification. And now someone else said, well, isn't that the point of a maid cafe? And tell me, are we really walking out here and only seeing women's as objects or subhuman things that you want to fuck? Excuse my crass language, but truly? Like, is this how we are going about and seeing the world? A maid cafe is an all ages event, okay? All ages. I served children this past weekend. I've been a maid for over 15 years at this point, if I'm doing the math. No, I did not do the math correctly. 13 years correctly. 13 years that I've been doing maid cafe activities, okay? Genuinely, only at my first ever event where I was a minor did I receive a lot of sexual harassment. But aside from that, like, most people know how to behave. Yes, so as another example, right? Maybe you're like, oh, well, the whole point of maid cafes is to ogle at the maids. It's an all ages thing, guys. It's like going to Disney and being like, wow, the Disney princess at my table is so cute and pretty. I'm not going, yes, I want to fuck her. Like, if you are moving about in the world with this much, and you're not seeing women as humans, this is what I mean by I need you to take a step back and, I don't know, form some friendships that aren't, like, there's more to this world than getting laid. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. And the thing is, I'm nosy, I was curious, and a lot of these people, I opened up their accounts just to see, like, what are they tweeting? I was like, maybe they're, like, normal in every other interaction, and it's just my post particularly that pissed them off. No. Every single one of these accounts is dedicated. Like, every single post is, like, finding a woman to get angry about, or, like, this lady's tits, or whatever. Like, that is all they talk about. Either wanting to have sex with a woman, or wanting to, like, demean her and talking about how much they hate women. It's honestly scary. Like, that's all that I saw on those accounts. And isn't it tiring? If this is you, and you hate women to this extent, isn't it tiring to live like this? Genuinely, I cannot think how tiring it must be to wake up angry, tweet all these angry things, go to sleep angry. Like, I don't know what to say. Some of them could be rage engagement bot accounts, but I don't think so, because they don't have the blue check mark. They're just doing it for the love of the game. Their lives are pretty empty, yes. So to that I say, find a hobby, make meaningful connections, I think is the other thing. Also, welcome in, Roka. There are real people, unfortunately. I don't want to dismiss them by saying, they're all bots. I think some of these are real people. Or most of them were real people. I think I pissed off a lot of people simply by saying, hey, this is inappropriate behavior. Please don't do this. And maybe they see themselves in this behavior, or maybe they just don't like being told what to do. Or maybe my tone pissed them off because, you know, the Twitter limit is very small, so all I was able to say was, don't do this. Hello, Gogeta. Exactly, some of them came back twice, which was the reason why I was like, okay, I'm kind of like... So yeah, I hope you are understanding what I am saying by me saying that you playing Smash or Pass loudly in public, okay, is not the same as saying, oh, she's pretty. I wouldn't have had an issue with that. I would not have had I don't think anyone would have had an issue like that. And the thing is, handling rejection is a skill check, but no one was being rejected here. No one was really being rejected here. Like, all I said was, that's an inappropriate thing to do. I wonder sometimes, because obviously I can't really flip the script around on them and say, because, you know, well, if someone did this to you, how would you feel? I think they would feel like they would like Smash or Pass, like they feel desirable, which is why when a woman says, well, I don't like that, it feels demeaning, they don't understand. But that makes me sad because, again, there is more to forming connections and relationships and friendships rather than on the basis of, do I find this person attractive? That is such a shallow and hollow way to go through life. I don't know. And yes, someone else was like, oh, well, you're just looking at pictures of their faces. How can you be objectifying them? My brother in Christ, you are looking at their faces and making a decision on whether or not you would want to fuck them. That is the definition of objectification. Like, come on. They don't have the self-esteem to imagine they wouldn't, like, and honestly, who cares if someone would smash or pass you? Genuinely, like, I don't know. Like, there's so many people out there. Someone will want to smash, someone will want to pass. Like, truly, like, who gaff? Who ID gaff? You don't like the term because it's left-coded, that's why you prefer to say... Well, what term are you talking about? Treating them as things, as pieces of meat? Well, by definition, that would be objectification. You know what? That does lead me to... You know what? You did lead me to my next train of thought. It kind of makes me think of a sort of, like, anti-intellectualism or intellectualism. I don't know if that's exactly the phrase I'm looking for, but a lot of these people will argue like, oh, the stupid bitch, I don't know. But it's like, you are the one who is refusing to actually engage with the facts and have an actual conversation, which was, and truly believe me, if you saw me replying to some people, I don't know. I know the correct thing to do in these situations is to stay quiet, but like sometimes I'm like, man, maybe if I say something, it'll make them think twice. And then I had that one conversation with that guy, and I had to end it with just like, whatever, ratio. Like, you're not listening. You're finding well, I hope that all sides are able to pick up a book and read and learn what the word objectification means, and if not, I'm happy to explain it to them. But if being of a political, no, we're not talking about this. I specifically don't want to get into that as per my rules. But I just hope that no matter what, you are able to read and not pigeonhole yourself into an echo chamber and think that, you know, you can be the main character in your own life, but everyone else is also the main character in their own life. You cannot just decide that a whole other gender or sex or whatever is less than because you are like, well, I am a man and I am entitled to these things and da da da. And I do think, and obviously, guys, I'm not talking about all men. I'm talking about specifically the type of incels that were in my posts saying these type of things. And if you don't like me using the word incel, once again, see my previous point. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, you are using incel terminology and reacting and behaving in a very incel-y kind of way. But I forgot what the point was that I was gonna make. Urgh. In those people's minds, life is entirely a game based around getting with people. So in their minds, if you're upset with someone, it must be really... that is true. I did see some people say, well, women get together and rank men based on their attractiveness. With peace and love, as a woman... I have never done that in my life. I have never done that in my life. Even when I'm looking at fucking anime characters, I just go, oh, I think that one's cute. And that's it. I don't start going, oh, well, I'd smash this one. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It is a form of projection and misconstruing what is being said. I have a comment here that someone left that was actually kind of crazy, and I don't know if I want to read it or not, just to make sure that I addressed, like, everything that people were saying. Okay, you know what? I don't know, I think I addressed everything that this comment said. It says, folks should just report at Pengy time for slanders, hatred, engagement farming, and falsely accusing others. Apparently, she's accusing men as being creeps and objectifying towards her. English, okay, grammar. With others up close, which was a false lie. A false lie. The community calls her out, and now she pretends victim, and labeling everyone against her as creep incel, and stating folks should change their behaviors. Oh, change their ways, sorry. In reality, this bitch is the one who needs to look in the mirror and change herself instead. Apparently, men looking at this sign that she posted, and men talking about who they think is pretty, makes one creepy and objectifying them. What is, incorrect form of two, with two O's, too objectifying when all we see are the I addressed this one earlier. When all we see are the faces. Yeah, how can we be objectifying them if it's just the faces? Okay. It's simply normal discussion of who's cute, parentheses, obviously not this woman for her behavior, which is the same type of discussion women be having when they see a group of men. Seriously though, at Anime Expo should really just blacklist her after breaking their rules with such false slander towards their attendees who wanted to simply have a good time at the convention. Alright, let me break this down. Starting with, it's funny, because I didn't name anyone. I didn't give any specifics as to who they were. I don't think I could be banned just for describing something that happened to me, as well as the fact that I have witnesses, and... okay. If anything, this could be construed as libel, because you are the one literally trying to cause damages to me. And then going back to the other thing about... I find it really insidious when someone tries to bend reality to suit their story a little more. And I've recently been dealing with something like this, where someone will say, well... this is what happened, and they will either conveniently leave out details or twist things in a situation to make themselves look better, right? So, of course, what would be creepy about standing around and pointing at a sign and going like, oh, this woman's cute, this woman's cute. But we know that's not what happened. What happened was these men were standing outside this, next to the sign, loudly Going like, haha, smash or pass. Yes, no, 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 no. Like that's what they were doing. That's quite literally objectification. You know what? If you don't trust me, you know what? You're right. I'm just a woman, right? What do I know? What do I know? I'm just a dumb woman. Let's look it up. Is smash or pass inappropriate? Let's go. Evaluating real non-consenting people. While it is a widespread internet slang and a casual... keep in mind, this is the AI overview. It can easily cross the line into objectification. Crazy. Crazy that we're using this word. Harassment or inappropriate behavior. So, when it is inappropriate, okay? Evaluating real non-consenting people, rating everyday peers, colleagues, or private individuals based on their physical and sexual desirability is highly inappropriate and can constitute sexual harassment, bullying, or a violation of privacy. That's kind of also what I wanted to veer into. It low-key falls under bullying, because you're not just saying, oh, I find these people attractive. You are making fun of the ones you don't find attractive, right? And you know what? Maybe if you did this at home, where we couldn't see or hear you, yeah, that would be fucked up. But then I wouldn't see or hear you, and we wouldn't be here right now, would we? But you chose to stand in the hallway of a very public, right outside the maid cafe, mind you, and you chose to do this. So, I don't know. I hope I kind of touched on everything. Anime Expo is a convention in California. So, yeah, there were a lot of friends at Anime Expo that I didn't that I didn't bump into. ¿Te calmas o te calmo? Yeah, there's a time and place for everything. You know, and oh yeah, that's another one. People were like, oh yeah, isn't she a VTuber? Doesn't she like to do Smash or Pass? I don't know about you guys. I've never played Smash or Pass specifically for this reason. Because even with VTuber, I don't know. I don't find it that cute or funny, personally. I like the variations where people are like, oh, I don't know. People do variations that aren't necessarily Smash or Pass. Or think about this. Wow, this is crazy, guys. The VTubers who do Smash or Pass, those are consenting people. They submitted their PNGs to be evaluated. They knew what they were signing up for. Okay? I don't know. I really wish I could have kind of written something ahead of time so I could have gathered my thoughts a little better. But I hope I touched on all of the points that I needed to touch. My final thesis statement is just, it's not flattering because it was not meant in a flattering way, and don't lie and say that it was meant in a flattering way, because you and I know that that's not the case, especially if you're all giggling and laughing and making fun of the maids on the sign, okay? And just because we work at a maid cafe, like, I don't know about you. I am, like, yes, I like to cuss on stream and sometimes we talk about, I am a very say-so person. A lot of the maids working at the maid cafe are very say-so people. We're not asking to be objectified in this way. A lot of us just like to wear a cute dress and do cute things, and this is an all ages event. I cannot stress that enough. And you know what that response reeks of? It's, you were asking for it. Like, I don't know. It's one thing if we were, like, maybe doing, I don't know, like, something a little more risque. That maybe, like, even then, like, I still think it would be kind of a dick move to stand in a hallway and do that. I don't fucking know. Yes, maid cafes are say-so environments. Smash or Pass should only apply to non-real people. Or, like, I don't know, you could do it to, like, maybe celebrities? Just not at the celebrities. Just do it in the privacy of your own house. I don't know. But yeah, oh, hi, Yuzuchino. Yeah, just consent. Let me catch up with chat. Sorry. Hi, Aki. Kachar. Hi, Kazoo. Hi, Bob. Hi, Puppytron. It generally made you. Whoa, hold on. Who was? Oh, okay, alright. I appreciate you guys listening to me, and I hope that this is not coming off as like me echo chambering. I privated my account because like I don't want my account to be overrun with drama. Also because there was no way for me to mute replies. If I could have just left the post up and muted replies, that would have been one thing. But also with how aggressive and like this tweet that I just read where they're trying to get me banned from Anime Expo, like I felt like if they got mad enough, they could have kept pushing and pushing and pushing. So, just for now, it's gonna be, whatever. Generally, I don't mind hate comments towards myself, but I also don't want my shit to get taken down for no reason, you know? Pow, I'll get to it, but I think I am allowed to also talk about a negative situation that's happening to me right now. Sorry. Even in private, a smasher pass is kind of rude. Like, if you view someone as a real person and they didn't consent, it's weird. Exactly. You're a friend of maids, you'd be as angry if that happens to them. I appreciate that. I appreciate you seeing maids as people, okay? We're not a toy for your entertainment. To feel a sense of superiority without trying to actually interact in a positive way. Exactly. It's a form of bullying. Oh, for sure. Also, hi, Orphe. How are you? Are we all in the same page? I do apologize if like I sound very heated. I get very like passionate when I have a lot to say. Hi Pixie, my beloved, who I hung out with at AX. Blink blink. Okay, that's completely irrelevant. Some hypothetical woman comparing men is not the same as a group of men in public ogling and objectifying women while they're on the job. Yeah, I mean, technically the cafe was closed for the day, which is why I'm like, I don't even know if they knew that I was one of the people on the sign. Also, yeah. No, I know I tend to get like like heated when I'm talking about stuff, and I apologize if like that, like if my tone was kind of scary. Like I don't know, I don't know. I feel like I am pretty easygoing, but then if like I'm like, I have an opinion. I mean, it's the same when like I'm talking about a fucking anime character I like. I don't know. I feel like you guys know this about me. I get rage baited very easily. But nevertheless, I do wish I could get through this and be like, point A, this is why you shouldn't do this. Hi, Carniflora. Thank you. Oh my god, Roka, I'm gonna cry. I feel like, okay, I've got to talk about this. Ever since COVID, I had a job during COVID, actually, right before and right after, where my boss would just start cutting me off every time I would speak, and I felt like I had to get my words out as quickly as possible. That plus the fact that a lot of times when I'm speaking, the word that comes to my mind first is just really, I don't want to use the word eloquent because that's not the word I'm thinking of. It's just like unnecessarily like specific instead of a more common word. And then I've had people be like, oh, you're so pretentious. And so then that causes me to lag when I'm speaking. And I've been feeling very, what's the word? And then, yeah, I also forget words when I talk. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not very articulate when I speak, so I really appreciate you saying that. I had a censor the word job. Yes, I had a job during COVID. They made me go in person too. It's really crazy how many people get mad at you or blame you for being a maid. Yeah, I think sometimes the expectation is like, well, you're putting yourself out there for male evaluation. And, I mean, no. I'm a maid because I love talking to people, and I love serving and dancing, and it's just a very unique experience. And I love themed restaurants. I mean, I don't know. I went to Japan and I almost cried when I went to the maid cafe because it was so cute. But never in my mind did it cross my mind once, like, yeah, I want to fuck the maid. Like, what the fuck? Why are we moving through life like this? Like, I need you to see people as maybe okay. I you know what? This is where the whole, like, maybe we're just fundamentally different, right? Because I don't approach people with like, yeah, that person's attractive, like I want to do stuff with them. I prefer to form some type of friendship first and like get to know them, and I don't know. Maybe that's where we just differ, right? And there are people out there that are like, nah, I de-gaff about their personality. I just care whether they're good looking or not. Dudes that go through life evaluating people by I want to screw them are generally the lowest of people. Well, I mean, it's just sad for them. Was the maid cafe outside of Japan? Well, I went to a maid cafe. I've gone to a couple of maid cafes in Japan. And then I've also been to quite a few maid cafes here in the US. And, maybe I should have said this also earlier at the very beginning. I'm sorry if you've heard me say this a lot. Like, I just, to give you more credentials, like, I used to run my own maid cafe for 10 years here in the US. Like, and I've never experienced this level of harassment. I actually experienced worse. Like my first event, it was really bad. And you know what? It was from both genders. Both, you know, there are many genders, but you know what I mean. It was from both men and women. I received a lot of harassment. I don't know if I've told you guys this story before on stream, but I had a lady who, at the very end of our interaction, she was like, oh, I have to tell you something. And keep in mind, I was a minor at this time. I was very, very young, okay? And she was like, oh, I have to tell you something. And I was like, what? And she said, come closer. And basically she made me lean like all the way over, and then she like stuffed money down my bra. So I was like, cool. I'm gonna KMS. So yeah, thanks for the 10 biddies, Will. Genuinely foul. Guppy also ran this maid cafe with me, by the way. And while we were outside of the maid cafe, I shit you not, we had a man come out from the bushes. I'm not exaggerating, like from the bushes. This sounds made up, but he got up and he hugged me with no warning, of course, and then he hugged Guppy. But while he was hugging me, he went, maids. I was like, what the fuck is happening? I'm telling you, like, I've experienced all kinds of harassment. Like, I'm just telling you these stories to be like, I'm not clutching my pearls because some men were standing outside of the maid cafe and doing smash or pass. Genuinely, it's just a dick thing to do. It just feels like bullying, alright? That's just what it is, alright? And if you are this sort of person, the reason why I say I hope you grow out of it, it's because it is something you need to grow out of. Are you seriously gonna live the rest of your life like, the Foids did this today? Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? What is that? Get a grip! Get a grip! The Bushman assault of pre-202. Your Kami got groped at Kami. Yes, every time I think about that, it is genuinely so horrible. It is genuinely so horrible. Might want to report all of this to official parties. I will say, unfortunately, and this is the thing, right? This is why us as a community, we kind of have to do our own part, because the powers that be do not give a shit. All right? You think AX is going to do anything about this? No. They don't. This is nothing. They don't care. With peace and love, like, they've got bigger fish to fry. And genuinely, I am telling you, if you asked me to point out who the men I spoke to were in, like, a lineup or something, I would not be able to tell you who they were, because I only saw their backs. And the thing about these types of people, right, is that they're very angry online, and they're very vitriolic, and they have opinions, whatever. But if you talk to them in real life, they immediately fold. All jokes aside, I don't think I come off as very intimidating in real life, alright? I'm only 5'1". And all I said to these guys were, you know those are real women. And I wasn't even that angry sounding. I just said, you know those are real women, right? That's how I said it. That's how I said it. And they didn't even look me in the eye. They scattered. They scattered. Why did they scatter if they weren't doing anything wrong? They scattered because they knew what they were doing was wrong. And so all it takes is one person to say, bro, that's cringe. You don't even have to get on like a pedestal and be like, oh, that's the objectification of women and blah, blah, blah. Just, bro, that's cringe. That's all you've got to say. All right? I've had, aside from all the stories I've told you today, I've had worse things happen to me from just strangers that I don't care to repeat on stream because it's that bad. And I've tried to go to the proper authorities. They don't care. They're not going to do anything. The only way to stop this is to just make an environment where that type of behavior is unacceptable. Okay? And if you are the type of incel where you think that you should be allowed to do a smasher pass in the hallway of a public convention, very loudly, mind you, like, I wouldn't have said shit if I couldn't hear you. Like, if you guys were keeping it to yourselves, and, like, I wouldn't have inserted myself in the conversation. Yeah, people saying I was eavesdropping. Girl, I didn't want to listen into your conversation. You were making it my conversation by being loud as fuck. Ugh. Just, like, I don't know. Go, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Thank you for speaking up about it. I hope they probably haven't learned. And in their mind, I'm just like an angry woman that, what was it? Let me read the comment again. An angry woman making, no, I'm a bitch. Pretending to be victim. I'm doing slanderous hatred, engagement farming, and falsely accusing others. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And that's just one comment. I got that one because I took a screenshot of that one because I thought it had like a good like point by point of most of the things that people were shitting on me about. But genuinely, if you've heard me and you've listened to me and none of it makes you think like, maybe I should rethink this, and you're still like, she's playing victim. Bro, would you do smash or pass on your grandma? No, I don't think so. It's fucking inappropriate. Like, you're not calling someone pretty. You're saying you want to fuck them. Like, that's, I don't know. Would you do smash or pass on your boss? No, you fucking wouldn't. Like, I don't know. If you don't want to get it, you don't want to get it. I don't know how else I can break it down for you. If you're having issues, like, understanding. People thinking you would be able to eavesdrop in any way with packed AX convention halls. Literally, hi Kid Random, by the way. Like I said, I genuinely didn't even know what was going on. It was the people in my group that were like, oh, they're saying this, and then all I heard was them going like, yeah, no, yeah, no, like. Yeah, that's my other thing. It's like, were you there? Why are you speaking in such certainty, man? Like, you weren't there. Oh yeah, thank you. That's right. I forgot. I've also been called a tourist, which is crazy, bro. I'm literally working at the maid cafe. I've probably been working at the maid cafe for longer than you've been alive. Like, what do you want from me? I don't know. But this happens often as well. You know why? I don't want to say it's because I'm a woman, but back in the olden TikTok days, I had a this is very stupid. It was like a trend. It was a cosplay trend or whatever. It's not really cosplay, but where I tried to make myself look as much like Lisa from JoJo as possible, and it went like a little viral. Cause like I was duetting someone else, and then whatever. The whole point that I'm trying to make is that it just popped up on like Facebook and a whole bunch of like, that's how you know it's old, a bunch of random places, and a lot of the comments were like, I bet she isn't even into JoJo's. She's just a tourist. Like, she doesn't know what any of this is. And it's like, like, why are you making all these assumptions? Like, I've been into JoJo since like, I don't need to explain myself to you, but yes, I've been into JoJo since like 2013, 20 or longer. I don't know. Like, gotta sell that foot juice. But yeah, I don't know what people calling me a tourist want me to say. Even if you know what? Fuck that argument. Let's say I was a tourist. Let's say this is my first anime expo. I've never watched an anime before. Actually, maybe no. Maybe I've watched Demon Slayer. That's it. That's the only anime I've seen, but I had some time to kill and I decided, let me sign up for the maid cafe because I think that's cute. Does that still give you the right to treat me like that? Does that mean I have no rights because I am a tourist? Like, when you really start to think about it, all these people who are like, facts, no feelings, people. Well, I'm looking at the facts, and I think that all your arguments fall completely flat. And I don't care to actually have a conversation with you on Twitter because you don't care to have a conversation in good faith on Twitter. You're just looking to get mad and find a reason to say, women ruining the hobby once again. All right, bitch, go put on the maid cafe and go work 19 events in one weekend, all right, with 1 hour long breaks, because that's what it was, all right? We would do 5 events a day with 1 break in the middle. Go learn a dance, go serve people, go wake up early to go put on makeup, put on the petticoat, put on the shoes, the outfit, do your hair. Go do that shit then. You do it. I'm sorry for getting mad. Contribute to the community. You know what? That's a good way to put it. I've been seeing a lot of, and you know what? That also goes to the conversation that we had earlier about people making fun of Florida for the way that it is. It's like, okay, girl, get up, go host an event, like do something about it. I don't know. Maids particularly have a soft spot for them in your heart. Good. Moi beam. There's no winning on Twitter or similar platforms. Best not to give acknowledgement. It's just hyper-focalized nihilism at this point. That's a good point. Dysfunction begets dysfunction sort of thing. That's honestly very well articulated. I think, I agree. That's why there's... it's not a productive conversation, I guess is what I want to say. And I think responding to it only unfortunately brings more attention because, like I said, I never delete hate comments that I get. And I was more than willing to leave up all of the hate comments that I was getting, like, but it just got to the point where it was like, whoa, I don't want my shit to get taken down, so. The objectification I witnessed would be inappropriate in any public context. Correct. Also, even if Pengy was a tourist, is that really the impression that you want to make on newcomers? Ooh, that's actually a very good point, Final Star Man. That is a very good point. Yeah, let's say this is my first anime convention. Why is this the impression that you want to give? I mean, they don't care. And actually, how much you want to bet that all these people complaining about tourists weren't actually at Anime Expo? Like, these are people that do not leave the house. 'Cause, I mean, if you were the type of person to leave the house, make a friend or two, I don't think you would be down such a dark, deep rabbit hole. Doing Smash or Pass with anime waifus even is so cringe. Yeah, it's cringe, but honestly, I don't care about that, because it's like, that's not a real person. And like, that could be like a fun game that y'all can play. But, I don't know. When you do it to real people like that, it is generally not a compliment. And they know that it's not a compliment. And they are trying to twist their words to make it seem like it is a compliment, but it's not. But it's not. You don't see, ooh, the feet juice. Okay, wait, let me catch up. The rage baiters yearn for the maid dress. Kind of Jack Square. No, it is. I don't want to. I was like, the whole time I'm thinking about this, I'm like, oh my god, low-key. But I love Jax. That's my problematic fave. Valid. Thank you, excessive bot. I'm sorry for crashing out on stream, y'all. I don't know. This is unfortunately hi, Gaji chat. The same chuds who deny women in any space they want to leave Dusty and Krusty. Oh, it's in court. Yeah. We use the term LARPer these days to speak about fakers. Hi, Mista. Thank you for the first time message. Welcome, welcome. Even if you're not into a show, it's still fun. Honestly, yeah. The whole thing about people cosplaying characters they don't know. Personally, I don't like to do that. And I have had really embarrassing situations. This is like way like 2016 core, where I was cosplaying Boa Hancock at an anime convention, and this was still when One Piece was not that popular. And I saw, like, for the first time in my life, like 5 One Piece cosplayers at a function, and I was like, whoa, this is the most One Piece cosplayers I've ever seen. And someone was cosplaying like post time skip Sanji, post time skip Nami, like they were a post time skip group. So I went up to them because I was like, oh well, Boa happens before the time skip. And it was such an awkward conversation because they had no idea like what the fuck I was cosplaying. And then I asked them and they were like, oh, we're still like, we just started One Piece, like we don't know anything about One Piece. And I was like, oh. So that is why I don't like to cosplay things personally that I don't know about. But people are free to cosplay whatever they want. Like, who are you, the cosplay police? Like, don't like it? Move on. I don't know. Yeah, the ancient times. You're going to Florida for the first time in a few days? Why? One of the most fun parts of cosplay is being able to talk about the media with people, so it definitely dims the experience. Yeah. I don't know. I think times have changed. At the risk of sounding I don't know, or like a doomer. I don't know. A boomer. The times have changed. I feel like in the past, if I saw someone cosplaying the same character as me, we would have both been like, ah. But lately, if I make eye contact with someone else who's cosplaying the same character as me or something, they're just very like, huh. And I'm like, oh, okay, girl. I didn't know it was that serious. Whoa, okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, one of the things that hurts you most, you watch local wodas with similar comments. Ella sí afloja, ella no afloja. I don't know that slang term that well, but I'm assuming that it's like she puts out versus she doesn't put out. And local idols love them. Literally preferred them over wodas who tried to just translate the culture, and this is your most... I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. Hi, Pata. But, actually, I kind of touched on this a little bit last stream, where I was talking about how important it is if you are a WOTA or just an attendee at a function to just make sure you treat the idols around you with respect. I think if you only treat women you find attractive with respect, you don't actually respect that person. You don't actually respect that person. You should just be able to treat everyone with decency. I hope that's not a crazy controversial take that's gonna get me canceled on Twitter. Just hi Julipy. Oh, bro, thank you for gifting a sub to Julipy. Speaking of beautiful women, hi. Does it make sense? Cause like I've seen those like memes that are like something when I tell them not to deport the big booty Latina because I find her attractive. I'm like, girl, you what are we doing here? Like, hi Samu Woo, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Oh, and thank you for gifting a sub to my mod, Road. Yeah, Road is on a roll. You remember that I had this conversation after Pengy party about respecting all performers, so it's really disheartening that you had this experience at AX immediately afterwards. Like I said in my tweet, I feel like I've really been spoiled by, my community. I haven't had this direct experience, right? When I was complaining about that post Pengy party, I was more so talking about like other people's experiences. And like I mean I have experienced it, but not within like the WOTA gay community as much, I think. I don't know. What was my first cosplay? I cosplayed Kagamin Rin. Excuse me, Rin Kagamin from Vocaloid. Why so silent here? I don't know. My YouTube chat isn't chatty. You don't understand English? I'm sorry. Please play Mecha Chameleon? Maybe. Oh, I want to see the cat. Well, thank you for the 20 biddies, Will. Pengy party, then this, it's like yin yang, polar opposites experience. Yeah, I want to say I truly, that moment where I called out those people, it was so quick. It was so quick. That was a blip in my mind, and I forgot about it, and then I was looking through the photos, and I was like, oh, okay, this was a crazy interaction. Let me just post about it. I wasn't, like, seething with rage, like, how dare these men do this and ruin my AX experience. If anything, it was the response online of all these people trying to, say that this type of behavior was okay. Trying to... What's the word? I forgot. Not too hot on the co-op flavor of the month game. I wanna play it. I just don't do a lot of co-op games. Actually, speaking of co-op, I'm gonna be streaming Guppy tomorrow. We're gonna be doing Toontown, so minimize. No, not minimize. Trying to. What's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, tomorrow. Sorry. So just I didn't make a schedule because I was like I don't know what the vibes are gonna be, but co-op with Guppy tomorrow, no stream on Friday, and I might be working on my cosplay for Off-Kai on stream on Saturday. I'm gonna see. I'll either work on the hat or I'll work on the wig. I'll tell you guys right now who my cosplay is going to be of. Do you guys know Yomi Quinley from SVA? If you are OG, like you've been here since the very beginning, you will know that I met Yomi pre-debut. Like, we have been friends since before they debuted, and they've been one of the best and like kindest people in this community, and I actually just really like their design, so I'm gonna cosplay Yomi. So yeah, I want to cosplay Yomi for Off-Kai. I hope I can do it. I hate sewing, so I tried to just purchase as many things as I could. Yeah, oh my god, Julie, don't judge. I have to like... I've never sewn with bias tape, but I have to create like a outline for her lab coat, and I wonder if there's like a really lazy way for me to do that, like with hot glue or something, because it's bad. Oh, defending, I feel like is the word that I, sorry, earlier when I was like, oh, people defending the bad behavior, that's the word that I was thinking of. Curry, thank you for checking in. Yay, I'm glad you guys know Ball. I'm glad you guys know Yomi. No, not watercolor stream on Saturday. I gotta work on that cosplay, y'all. Off-Kai is like right there. Is bias tape easy at least? That was so loud. You're moving tomorrow? No, I'm sorry. I think if you catch the VOD for a little bit, it won't ruin your streak. Yeah, Toontown. You guys remember Toontown? Yeah, there we go. Chi, can I say that that you were one of the people present when the situation TM happened? Exactly. I was just like, I called them out, I said it, and then we moved on. I wasn't like angry forever. I feel like I wasn't even that angry when I called them out. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, is this real? Okay, there we go. My witness. One of the 5 people that was there with me was lovely Ichi. Okay, I did not make up the situation for clout. My god. It's very sad that treating people the way you wanted to be treated is a genuine lost concept. But see, that's the thing. I kind of touched on this earlier, but if you flip the script on these people, they see being objectified as a desirable thing for them. Like they would find that as like, oh, this person finds me desirable, because for them, like, I don't know, that's kind of all they reduce others to. But it's just a very sad way of looking at people and relationships. Like, there's just more to it than that. Also, hi Guy Pie. It was nice seeing you at the Maid Cafe, but you didn't come to my table once. So what was that all about, huh? Huh? You're waiting for parts for Off-Kai cosplay. Stands up. I was there. Sits down. Thank you. Thank you for coming forward as a witness. Even life has been gamified to so many. That's true. That's why the dating apps are so rough. Like actually, because people keep like I read a whole thing on this. It kind of like gamifies people in your mind. So you're not seeing people as people, you're seeing them as stats that you can check off on boxes. Oh, is this person this height? Do they do XYZ? Do they make XYZ money? Like certain things, yes, I understand, but like I don't know. People aren't stats. You can't I don't know. You can't really do that. Yeah, for those of y'all on the dating apps, I salute you, man. I'm sorry. It's rough out there. It's all about efficiency, speed running, and social currency. Exactly. And every time you go on a date, then in the back of their mind, they're like, "Oh, I wonder if I could do better with this person." Like, ugh. Just become a reply guy easy. I'm telling you, I already told you this, but when Julie, what's the ship called? Wani Nani B. when that became official, I think that was like right before Idol Harmony, and I was like, this is the greatest news of my life, and I'm so happy. All my stress for Idol Harmony is gone. So thanks to you guys, I was able to perform at Idol Harmony without my nerves getting the best of me. All right. Yeah, Julie Wazuni. This is true. This is true. True facts. Oh, hi, Nani. Oh my god, how did I summon you? That's crazy. Not a fun time on Tinder or Hinge. You can't. Hasn't worked. Well, I don't know. You know what? Let's talk about this. Did you guys see that post where, they were trying to do like a speed dating thing at Anime Expo, and only a bunch of dudes showed up? And then people started saying like, I went to one of these and everyone started being creepy. Thoughts on that? Because I have also always thought like low-key, maybe meeting people at cons might be the best way to find someone. But that doesn't mean like, yes, just cold approach people and start harassing them. Like, yeah, you know what? Just be a reply guy on Twitter. I think that's the only tried and true way, TBH. All the girls were at the Love and Deep Space booth. Bro, once again, I am filled with the want to actually open my Love and Deep Space app. I told you guys that I downloaded it because I needed a period tracker, and then the news came out that the app will like track your period for you. So I downloaded it, but I haven't opened it yet. It's been sitting on my phone for like over a year. But then I heard that the guys get kind of freaked out if you leave them for like a couple days. So I was like, oh, what if I get busy? And then it's like Animal Crossing. I hate coming back to my island after a while, because then they're like, why did you leave me to starve? And I'm like, I'm sorry. You're sorry for not requesting maid Pengy. It's okay. Actually, there were a lot of really good maids. I'm curious, you remember which maids you got? 17 maids out of 42. Holy No, you approach with the vibe of being cool with being rejected. Yes, that's a good point. You heard lads. Wait, what's brown dust? Social events, greater than dating. That's true, actually. Also, yeah, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that maid outfit was a crime against me. I knew going into it wasn't gonna be flattering, but I was like, no. It was so long on me and like baggy and blah. I was mentally prepared, but still. Oh, it's a super edgy game. I see. Weird how you didn't spill spaghetti with most meet and greets, but you definitely did with saying hi to Nani. That's because Nani is aura farming. Actually, no, he's not. I don't know why I said that. Honestly, people have made creepy approaches at cons. You wouldn't say it's ever been a good way to meet people. I've told you guys about how I don't know, one of the ways that I've been approached at a con was literally first thing a guy says to me was, I'm not about to do something illegal, am I? I was like, what? I think that was his way of asking if I was underage, but I was like, what? Yeah, I'm always right. That's true. That's true. He kind of was alright. Yeah. That's an oof. As a man, guys, what are we doing? He doesn't need to form his aura in its purest. We need to study the brains of dudes like this. Hey, at least he... That's true! At least he asked! I'm saying this because, once again, I'm going to recount the story of the time someone just grabbed me and, like, pitched me onto their lap, and I was like, hello! What are we doing? Or just, I don't know, people picking me up without asking. That's just don't do that. Just ask, dude. I like being picked up, but I don't like being picked up with no warning. Yeah, actually. Maybe he was considering tax fraud, maybe. Hey, wait a minute. I don't like the implication that I would know how to commit tax fraud. Call me old-fashioned, but I think people should go into cons thinking about making friends instead of trying to date people off the bat. Just having pre-established lore makes dating... I don't know why I gave you that accent, but I agree with you, Ryan. Picking you up? Damn, someone was taller than 7 foot tall. Yes. Yeah, we may be evil, but we don't mess with the IRS. That's evil-er. I don't know. Do you guys go to cons with the intent to date? Jax would probably try. I feel like Jax is too much of a bitch. He'd be scared to mess with the IRS. I say this as a Jax stan, okay? Like I understand them. It's weird to go into a community just with the aim to find people to date. You know what? I will say it. I think with all of those guys calling me tourists, the type of guys who go to a con, it's like a very specific genre of like fuckboys. Okay? And normally I get along really well with fuckboys, alright? It's like the guys that, you know, they're just like, hey man, we get along well, okay? It's fine. But, I don't know. You go to meet people, make friends. Ideally, you find a partner at a con one day because that means you have a lot in common. Cosplay, anime, idols, which is kind of hard to say. Yes, I feel like that's the best way to approach it. I don't know. You just meet people, and then you meet people, and then you meet people, and then you meet people, and then eventually, it'll all work out. Or just go be a reply guy on Twitter. We don't need to talk about my romantic... Well, we don't need to talk about it. You mainly go to cons to hang... Yeah, I go to cons to work. I don't know about y'all. I'm kidding. I mean, I do be working at cons. Which, you know what? That's a great way to segue into actually talking about Anime Expo. So, I don't have a PowerPoint slide for you, but I can, like, drop pictures in here if you guys really want to. So, Maid Cafe, right? If you were there, then you would have known. We had really strict rules. Like, we weren't allowed to take selfies with the guests. We were also... I don't know. We weren't allowed to take pictures, period. So, I barely took any pictures. But then I found out from other maids that, like, yes, you technically could share pictures, but just after the event. So, I don't know. I wanted to play it safe. But that's why I only shared that video of me rolling my ankle. I waited until the second the last event ended, and then I posted it. Because I was like, I'm not trying to get exploded. But I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if I get blacklisted or something because of the Twitter debacle that happened. Like, I don't think it's my fault, but I also do think I was kind of stupid for posting that. just because I included a picture of the sign, mind you. Let me make that clear. I stand by what I said. I just should not have included a picture of the sign. You were there with Link Cat when that happened. It was bad. That was my second ankle rolling. So wait, I'm sorry. I asked this earlier, but I don't remember who else. I'm gonna ask this again. Sorry. Can I get 1 in chat if you were at Anime Expo and 2 in chat if you were not? Just so I know to what level of detail I should go with these things. You finally watched the video of the twist and you do not know how the heck. Well, yeah, if you were looking at a different maid. I did try to continue dancing after I rolled my ankle. Like, I continued the choreography. Because I was like, okay, we're at the end of the song. I can make it. But I was in a lot of pain. Does Midnight Mahjong count? Yeah, that counts. I saw you there. You mainly went for the maid cafe? Bruh. You guys should have been there. No, AX was low-key cursed. That was my first AX, but at least 2 other people that I know of also had leg injuries, so. In the maid cafe you go to, you cannot take pictures of maids, only paid checkies. This one, you could take pictures of the maids, they just couldn't pose for pictures, which sucked because then people just started taking pictures of me like mid-conversation, so they would literally catch me like in the middle of talking or something, or from like a really unflattering angle. So I kind of wish they would just let you take a picture on your phone, because regardless, it's not like you can change your mind then and there and decide, oh, you know what, I want to commemorate this by buying a check-in. You have to buy the Polaroid ahead of time, so it's not like you're losing out on sales anyway. They would have made the decision before getting to them. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Okay, so we have quite a few twos. So, AX, 4-day event in LA. Pretty big con. I will say that I barely got to experience it because I was at the Maid Cafe. We did a total of 19 events throughout the weekend, so, and each event is like an hour. And then, so every day we would do 5 events with 1 hour break in between. And then, of course, that includes, like, half an hour before and after to set up and seat people and break down and all that. I got in there on Wednesday because we had maid training. And then I hung out with Bambi and Mimi. Mimi Dream Teak. And we did our training. We trained. I don't know. Oh, dude. Okay. The dance that we did for the Maid Cafe. So we were all separated by different branches, right? Because the Maid Cafe was. It was called AX Maid Cafe. No, it was just called Maid Cafe, like generic Maid Cafe. But it was actually like subcontracting Dreamland. And Dreamland has branches all over the United States. So we had maids from Orlando, we had maids from Texas, we had maids from Seattle, we had maids from Vegas, and we had maids from LA. And so the way that they split up the performances, every team got to do a dance. And I think this was Orlando's first year performing. So, I think AX was like, oh, hey, you guys have to prove yourselves, so pick something difficult to do. And with the exception of one person in our group, everyone is an idol or has idol experience. So we picked like the most stupid, difficult song. If you guys saw that tweet about Mimi having like bruises on her knees, it wasn't for Pengy party practice. It was for this shit. Because that song has us like getting up and getting down on our knees like constantly. And then the other person who's not an idol, this was actually her first time dancing and she killed it. She did amazing. So, I really, really liked how at the very beginning they played, what is the name of that Uma song? If you went to the Make Cafe, you know what I'm talking about. The Uma. It's not Uma Purely. But, while they're doing it, the head maid would be like, "Welcome to the AX Maid Cafe," and then dance. And then she'd be like, "You are welcome to take pictures," and da-da-da. And then when the beat dropped, she was like, "Make some noise." I was like, ah! It was so hype every time. And if you see me doing that type of MC in the future, and you're like, "Wait a minute, this is really similar to the maid cafe," mind your business, alright? I already told her I'm stealing that idea from her. It's so good, dude. It's so fucking hype. No, it's not Uma. It's not Uma. I can't speak. Uma. Actually, Uma Musume songs were pretty simple to dance to, not gonna lie. Uma Payo Legend. No, it's not. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not the da 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 da. It's not that one. Now put your fucking hands up. Let me see those hands up. Gotta commute home. Yeah, thanks for having a productive conversation. Yes, Uma in America. That's the song. That's it. Uma in America. I hope the Dream Teeth girls are okay. Yeah. I got tested to see if I had COVID or something, but I'm COVID free. But I did get sick. I have some type of con crud. Can you tell from my voice? It was Uma in America. Have I been to Otakon? Yeah, I was there last year. Okay, so yeah, that was day 1. You know what? Let me see if I can show you guys pictures. Hold the horse. Hold your umas. Hold your umas. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Da na 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 na. Eh, you go on. Okay, well yeah, we just did training on the first day, and then what? Oh, I could show you my attempts to try and get like a picture in front of the AX sign. Honestly, it was pretty tough, okay? Yeah, hold horses. Oh, thank you for the head pats. I don't know if it's actually working. I think I turned them off. But I feel it in my heart, in my kokoro. Thank you. Your horses are too big to hold. You're just a minion. Use your minion powers. Oh, I wish I could just... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna open up a Canva and then just copy and paste stuff there. I think that's just the way Bro, I love Canva. Any Canva enjoyers in here? I use that shit for everything. Okay? Using Illustrator is so much work. If I'm doing something like that needs to be very professional, and yes, I will use Illustrator, but otherwise I degaff. Yeah, I love Canva. Also because it if you pay for Canva, you can use their stock images. You know how amazing that is? And stock videos. I'm not sponsored by them at all. Okay, here. You can see what I'm doing. Hold on. Yahoo! Do you guys see me? Ugh. Oh, my throat is killing me. Yay! Look, this was my attempt to get like a cute picture of me jumping. It didn't work. And then every time I would try to like every time I would actually get a jumping picture, like my hair would get in my face. Like that. I'm not wearing a mask or anything. That's just my hair doing that. I don't know why. So yeah. And then what did we do? Oh, new strat unlocked, by the way. So, in LA, all the food is like $25 minimum if you want to breathe the air of a hamburger. Like the cheapest thing you could think of. So I would just eat at the maid cafe because they would give us food. I will say the food was always cold. Oh my god, and the room was always cold. I was freezing my flippers off. I took a bite into a wrap one of the days, and it was frozen. Like, there were literal chunks of ice. It was frozen. It was horrible. And yeah, I don't think we had an In-N-Out anywhere near. So yeah, because the maid cafe ran literally at around the same times when the exhibitor hall was open, we were not really I was not able to do anything at AX except work the cafe. On Thursday morning, I woke up really early, which is crazy because I hate waking up early, and I went because I wanted to get a cute outfit. And I did. I got a cute outfit. But, look, this is the exhibitors hall. They had a huge dandaran section. I love how creative the booths were. But this was so cool. And then, this was another one that was there. I thought this was Love in Deep Space at first. I was like, what is this? And then I saw him and I was like, oh, that's not Love in Deep Space. What is this horse though? It's giving Espa. I don't know what this is. And then they had a stage here where they had cosplayers standing at one point, but this was before the con opened. So yeah, I was able to use my vendor's badge at one point to get in earlier, but then I think after the second day they said we're not allowed to do that, which made me go, but why? We're not even able to go in any other time. Don't you want our money? I don't know. And then, yeah, so as you can see, this is before anything was open. They had this, Vincent Van Gogh. I don't know what this is. This was pretty cool. This is literally all I was able to see. Inside the hall. And then there was a gacha booth. And then I took a picture with Fuamoko guys. Can you believe they were at AX? So crazy. Bow bow. Yeah, this was at the West exhibit hall. They don't have I did not step foot either in the artist alley or in the South exhibit hall just because I was not able to leave my one location. Bow bow. Oh, good night, Wheels. I hope you get some rest. So yeah, let me see. I took a selfie of myself in the maid uniform, but I don't know if it's legal or not. So I don't know if I should share it or not, cause I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, but I can show you some of the drawings that people made, and I can show you this funny thing. Hold on. Okay, this is one of the maids. She just had a Michael Jackson. Woo! Oh, and then this is what we use to take orders. I kept getting confused because they kept switching up the direction of the hot seat. Would you guys do Michael Jackson Oshikatsu perhaps? Michael Jackson Checky. Good night, Wheels. Everyone say good night, Wheels. I don't know, guys. I literally just worked this weekend. I'm sorry, I don't have much to tell you. I could talk to you about Midnight Mahjong. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the horse. Hold your horses. Oh my god. On my way to Midnight Mahjong, I saw the cutest idols. I met so many cute idols in LA. Wait. I'm skipping ahead. Okay. Thursday evening, I don't know if he's in chat right now, but a friend of mine was like, yo, let's go to this VTuber pre-party thing. And I was like, I'm so tired, but fuck it, I'll go. And then we went. And as we were approaching, I'm like, wow, this looks like a really shady area. It's almost like that infamous area that everybody has been warning me not to go to for years. Even though I've never been to AX, I've heard of the infamous Skid Row. Well, guess where we fucking were? We were in Skid Row. And I was like, well, now I can't leave by myself. So I was like, yeah, let me take a nap. Upstairs in the staff room, and I kind of did. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the venue was like right in Skid Row, I guess, but it is what it is. I just did not leave the building by myself. But it was fun. Danny was there. Oh, I wonder if I took a picture of our checky together. We took a checky together. I didn't take a picture of it. You'll just have to believe me. You'll just have to believe me. She was super, super cute. I was helping manage her line. And then... Oh, I started talking to someone. And he tells me that he's like, oh, I just don't know of like any idols or idol events in LA. And I went berserk. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You guys have everything. Like, I read daily about how much stuff you guys have. And you guys in the Northeast. And they're like, no, I just haven't seen it. I'm like, what? Open your eyes. Am I wrong? Was Danny in her super impressive Bell's wig? Yes, she was. And she was doing checkies. And I wanted to be helpful, but I wasn't super helpful. I was just kind of holding a Polaroid camera, that's it. I wasn't even taking the Polaroid because she had her manager with her, so. Oh my god, wait! Congratulations! Oh my god, congratulations, roster! Can we get some claps? Oh my god, how's your goober? Congrats, that's amazing! Oh my god, finally some good news. Some good news. Congrats on being a father on Father's Day. Quiz! Thank you for subscribing for 7 months. We're almost at a child. But yeah, and then Peony came in with Sanflare, and they practiced for a bit, and I love watching Wodage, so that was very, very cool. I just find it really funny seeing Peony being like, okay, let's do this again. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry if I'm being too strict, but I was like, I don't know, I just thought she was so normal. Like, that's just how practices are. Like, she wasn't yelling at anyone. Obviously, I think if you cross the line into like, you're so stupid, why aren't you doing this right? Or like, let's do this with a bad attitude. But I don't know, she was just like, okay, let's do this. And I was like, I don't know. I liked seeing their practice. It was cool. And then yeah, Sanflare performed. It was pretty cool. Pio was like, I was like, oh, let me know if you need help with anything. And she was like, yeah, you can film this. And then oh, she sent me a video where I had the camera turned in selfie mode, and I did not know how to turn it the other way. So. Oh, thank you, Priz. Them saying that in High Tide that had an idol event is wild. Yeah, I don't know. You'll do the Michael Jackson Beat It dance. Hi, Ryan Medium. I missed you too. You saw the pictures of the lobby area and that instantly made you feel better for not being able to go. Yeah, no. I've never been to AX, and every year seeing those pictures of the packed crowd is genuinely scary. That's why I think being able to do the maid cafe was great, because I didn't have to fight against crowds. But that's also because I didn't really experience the convention, so IDK. Oh, Pikmin! Thank you for the follow. Oh, no, wait. That's probably Pokemon, not Pikmin. Is it Pokemon or Pikmin? But thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Thank you, Carniflora. Yeah. I should have helped them by holding their hands. Who? What? You didn't know what to expect from AX other than a confusing venue. It was more confusing than you expected. Oof. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. I kind of found like one way to get back to the hotel, and I stuck to that shit. All right, I wasn't playing around. Hello, Socrates. Wow, I can't believe we have Socrates up in here. Okay, and then yeah, that was pretty much it. It was a pretty fun VTuber event. VTuber. And then Friday I worked, and then I was so tired I slept because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wanna hang out on Saturday. I don't know, guys. Maid Cafe is so fun, but I'm genuinely still like, I feel it in my bones. It's like walking and running all day on our feet and dancing, and then I twisted my ankle on Saturday. I don't know. I'm so crunchy. I'm so crunchy. Let me see. I'm gonna send more photos. You circled around the place for literally 10 minutes looking for a different entrance at one, but at AX. Okay, so if you guys haven't done the Dreamland Maid Cafe, I want to show you. Oh, these are some cool things I saw. Hold on. Ba 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 da ba da 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 da. Crunchyroll. You're one of the founding staff? Yo, wait, that's a flex. And the first year, 1991, you had 1,200 people all weekend. To see what it has grown into. Well, how do you feel? Is it like a bittersweet feeling? Or is it like, yeah, I did that? Or is it like, ugh, this is horrible. I can't believe what we've become. So this is the vanilla parfait. I ate like 4 of them in one day. I love them so much. They're so yummy. And we serve this at the Maid Cafe, and I always recommend people get them. And then someone drew me, and then their friend drew Jax. I didn't even tell them I liked Jax. Okay, this was a complete coinky dink. Complete coinky dink. And then one of the mornings while I was running, they had a Juness pop-up cafe. Unfortunately, I was running late for the Maid Cafe, so I could not stop and loiter. But isn't it so cool and cute? Like, I don't even play Persona. Which Persona is this? 3 or 4? Every day's great. I think it's 4th, right? Da 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 la la. Yeah. So I took this picture for Manny and my other friend who are both very into Persona. It's overwhelming to attend now. You prefer events like Off-Kai, which have that same feeling when we were just starting out. Yes, I've said that before. A big reason why I really, really enjoyed Off-Kai last year was because it had that sense of community that earlier conventions used to have. I don't know. Even with some smaller cons in my local area, I don't get that same feeling as before. And I think the difference is that people who enjoy VTubers are very passionate. And I think that passion kind of shines through everything that they do. I would say the same thing with idol fans, which is why I like both. But I have thought that lately with anime and other fandoms and things like that, and not that people aren't passionate, but it's just not the same. I don't know how to describe it. Like like what I was talking about earlier with the cosplays. Like back in the day, if I saw somebody else wearing a same cosplay as me, it was like, oh, well, now we're friends. And then but now it's like, I don't know, everyone's in their own little groups. It's a bit Damn, AX was in Anaheim, like right next to Disneyland. I haven't been to Disneyland yet. I've only done Disney California Adventure, but I want to go to Disneyland. You think Azovkai is a more focused niche con, so you have to really want to be there. True! And you know what? That's how it also used to be back in the day when it came to anime. I feel like you had to really go out of your way to find anime to watch. Like, on YouTube, when they would have those, like, Episode 8 Part 1, Episode 8 Part 2, Episode 8 Part 3. And, like, even then, that's easy mode. That's like me being lazy looking things up on YouTube to watch. I know people even further back had to do some crazy maneuvers to get. Yeah. Yeah. Meow meow meow. I met some cool cosplayers, but hold on. And then I met some really cool idols. Oh, and then I ran into Phoebe and Steiner at one point, and then I ran into Nyaru. Hold on. Here, I have pictures. I don't know. Okay, wait. I don't know if I should post this. Oh, I shared a room with Pixie. You know Pixie Hound? My wife. And it was funny because we kept joking about having to share a bed. We were like, oh, and there was only one bed. But then at night, we were both sleeping in, like, just the furthest corner away from each other. Like, not even on purpose. That's just how we slept. So I was like, oh, we did not get to siphon off each other's warmth. It is what it is. Yeah, this is, Nyaru standee. This is someone else's Nyaru standee, but they were with her, so I was like, okay, here, this is my proof that I hung out with Nyaru for 0.2 seconds. I also saw her working at like a booth. You missed the 24-hour anime rooms at cons where you can go and decompress and just watch some animes. Don't they have that anymore? Like the video rooms? Or is that just not a thing anymore? Okay, and then after this, I went to, this is on Saturday, I went to Midnight Mahjong. Me when I Midnight Mahjong, ha ha ha. My jong, get it? Ugh, okay, nobody cares. Okay, so I am sitting at the furthest, this picture was with my picture. Okay, it was taken from the furthest corner of Midnight Mahjong. Now, we kept hearing people talk about this mysterious Midnight Mahjong throughout the weekend. And in my mind, I have seen this at other conventions, and I always just assume it was a group of friends just playing Mahjong. I didn't think that it was whatever the fuck this was. It was like a big party, pretty much. You can't really see it because it's so, but it was kind of not overwhelming, maybe, I don't know. But at this point, I had kidnapped Steiner. Like I literally grabbed him by the arm and I was like, "Let's go." And then we went, and then I started doing a bit where I introduced myself as Steiner's manager to everyone, because he kept doing a bit where he was like, "Wait, are you Pengy?" And I was like, "Stop." So yeah, and then if not as his manager, then I would introduce myself as his Discord mod. So you guys, if you see me and Steiner interacting, it is now canon that I am his Discord mod. Or I am his manager, so yeah, he will love it if you say that to him. Absolutely. Yeah, guys, I'm Steiner's manager, so watch out. Watch out. That's my talent. I don't know what his talent is, but that's my talent, all right. Yeah, he's my Discord kid. I think I called him that, and he like physically recoiled. I don't blame him, but it was funny. Yeah, I'm the alpha wolf. His talent is sunglasses. That's true. That's true. I don't know. I think someone has to bully Steiner, and I think that someone is me, because he just be bullying Phoebe, and she just doesn't react to it. I'm like, stop. His talent is being British. That's not a talent. That's a negative. I kid. From what you heard on Twitter, did not used to be. Yeah, I've heard that Midnight Mahjong kind of like exploded. So okay, you guys can see my mouse. Over here and like a little bit more this way, there was like there were VTuber concerts. I was sitting up here because I was talking with some friends, and we were catching up on a lot of stuff. And then we would come down and be like, "Yay, concert!" And then we would come back up and we would sit. Over here, I think this is just an extension of the VTuber stuff, question mark. I think more towards the middle at one point they were having idol lives, but I think that was like after I left. And then over here, there was a DJ. Over here in this little corner, they had actual mahjong. Like, I saw 1 or 2 tables. That was it. I don't know how they were playing in such a rowdy environment. And then all the way over here, the furthest corner, there was karaoke. So honestly, I think it's a pretty fun setup. I did see the cops show up, but they didn't say anything. They were just, I guess, kind of making sure that everyone was fine. I mean, some people kept walking out on the streets, but I don't know. I did see the crowd form, I think, while the feet juice stuff was happening. I just couldn't see what was happening because, you know, not because I'm short or anything. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I just couldn't see what was happening, so I was like, okay, well, and then I just kept going. Wait, what did happen? They were also showing anime? Wait, really? Do you think there's a picture of me, Garrick, and Steiner together at Midnight Mahjong? Oh, Chi took that picture. You couldn't tell if it was Steiner or Moondog because with sunglasses on, they look so similar to you. Oh, yeah, it was Steiner. I was bothering him. And then, yes, I saw Garrick. And then, who else did I see there? There were a lot of people, but I was very, very tired at that point. Yo, who here was at Midnight Mahjong? You saw a VTuber who you didn't recognize on one of the projection screens? Yeah, I will tell you guys that a question for y'all. If you've been to a convention and you see a standee. Wait, did I say one in chat? I didn't see Luwood at AX, but I did see Luwood at Pengy Party. Which I feel very guilty about, because at one point he was literally managing my Checky stuff, because my Checky lines at Pengy Party got kind of crazy. And I didn't really have anyone to help me, so he was like, I will take your pictures. And then after that, Mimi Rezo took over, and thanks to her, I was able to get through my line, so... You managed to get to Jong after the Taco Bell post-Holo concert. Hey, yo, and you didn't bring me a Baja Blast? You saw the video of Yura Pico. Oh, I met Yura Pico! And, I was like, oh my gosh, my bad Japanese. I was just like, we took a selfie together. Hold on. I DM'd her asking her for the selfie, and then she replied back, and I've been too shy to open it. Because then that means I have to reply back again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on. I'm so scared. This was 3 days ago. I'm so sorry. I'll just... Okay. So I say... Hold on. Hold on. Let me reply to her. Hold on. Hold on. These are the sounds of me replying. Oh, let me say thank you. Oh my gosh, okay. Before anyone makes a crazy... Okay, you know what? I'll just post it. Okay. Zell tells you Yura-san has a memory just like an elephant. If she met you once, she will remember if she sees you. Yeah! She like, we had never met in person yet, but she was like, oh, I know you from Instagram. And I was like, yes, I also follow you on Twitter. She's so cute. I feel like I look evil here. Okay, I'm very tired. But yeah, that's Yura Pico senpai. She's so cute. And she has amazing energy. That outfit I'm wearing is like one of the outfits that I bought. And I feel... I debated buying that hat because I was like, I feel like an asshole whenever I wear hats. I don't know. It's like low-key military or nurse styled. And everyone kept making fun of me for wearing it. But I think it's a cute fit. I don't know. That Pengy's for sure plotting something. Oh, absolutely. I'm always plotting. Thank you for subbing for 11 months. You saw her at the Idol concert. So, oh, who went to the Idol concert? I was not able to go because, you know how it be. I think Chi took a photo of me in this fit, but I don't have any photos of it. Yeah, Chi, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Be nice and don't say it. I'm watching you. Hiss. You saw her at Asayoru along with Chizu. Yeah, there was the Idol Summer Escape, but you had to pay like extra money to participate. Also, Moatman, did I say thank you for 11 months? Guys, can we get some claps? Thank you. That's almost a year. Thank you. Thank you for being with us for so long, Moatman. Thank you for subscribing and for supporting. Yes. Can you guys hear the claps? Okay, wait. I don't know. She took some, like, crazy photos of me. I don't know. Oh, I'm, like, very self-conscious. I don't want to share these. Yay! Okay, I'm glad you can hear them. Thank you, thank you. You had your 10th month today, too. Can't wait for... Oh, my gosh. It feels like it's been forever. Feels like it's been longer than that. But yeah, I don't know. The long story short is that that one article from what? Who wrote that? I forgot. That one article that came out that was like, yes, police were called as midnight mahjong revelers. We're out of control. It's like, it's not that crazy, honestly. Like, yeah, things got a little rowdy, but like, it was fine. Oh, well, I wanted to tell you guys. So if you go to an anime or whatever, if you go to any convention, period, and you see a VTuber cut out, do you feel compelled to look up who that VTuber is and follow them? Like, does that work on you? One in chat, yes. Two in chat, no. New York Post. Yeah, I was like, okay, I knew it was New York something, but I was like, it's not New York Times because it was red. You finally got to talk to Chi. Yeah, I've gotten closer to Chi lately, and I'm glad. She's super sweet. Show the one of me sleeping at dinner. No, guys, please stop posting ugly photos of me. I'm gonna crash out. Two, unless you really like their design. 1, 2, you're sorry to admit. 1, 2, not follow, but mostly see who they are and give them a glance. Yes, I'm always at least curious. That happened to me. 1.5, you're compelled to look them up or otherwise find out who they are, but not to follow them. I see. Yeah, that happens to me too. Oh my god. I hope you cannot hear me gulping water. No, guys, there are some pretty bad photos of me, especially when I'm mid-performance. I've complained about this enough, but it's always because I'm making crazy faces, so. No! Stop listening to me gulping. Honestly, my throat hurts really bad. That's what happens when you're sick. Nande. Mizu. Did I talk about my ankle? I mean, there's not much to talk about. Saturday at the last event. Oh yeah, this actually happened before Midnight Mahjong. So I had twisted my ankle, right? And I've actually twisted this ankle many times before in my life. And I've had varying degrees of like, oh, I can walk on it or no. So it was painful, but I could still like walk around on it. Like I was like, oh, the pain is not that bad. So I walked around on it. I stayed up pretty late, which maybe I shouldn't have done, but whatever. And then the next day when I woke up, I was like, oh, the pain got worse. I'm kind of scared. But then as the day progressed, I would do certain things like, oh, when I was at the maid cafe, I would sit with the guests instead of standing when talking to them. And that really helped take pressure off my feet. And I was like, oh, okay, I feel well enough to dance. And then finally at the penultimate event, I like rolled my ankle again. And then every time I rolled my ankle, I just kept dancing. And I know a lot of people were like, wow, you're so dedicated, Pengy. You just kept dancing through the pain. And I just did it because, like, what else am I supposed to do in this situation? Like, stop what I'm doing? I just have to keep going. I don't know. Like, I generally don't know what else I would do. It's not like, yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do it. It's just like, I don't know what else to do, y'all. I just have to keep going, I guess, until the song is over. But yeah, finally at the last event, I was forced to not participate because I rolled my ankle again on the same leg. And that's that video that Phantom Knight shared with me. And yeah, I just wasn't able to continue after that. I'm sorry that I made you guys concerned. I genuinely thought I was fine because you guys saw me walking around at Midnight Mahjong. I was like, I'm fine, I'm good. It hurt a lot, like, at the moment. Like, in the moment, it hurt a lot, and it was, like, really scary. And, like, even now, my ankle's pretty swollen. It looks kind of crazy, actually. But, like, I don't know. It's fine. You did this twisted spray and broke, OMG. Okay, knock on wood, I've never broken anything. I've just sprained it a shit ton. I've sprained the same ankle, like, at least 4 or 5 times. Like, just this ankle alone, like, throughout my life. Not including this weekend. And then I've also sprained my other ankle, but not as much. Who was, Estos was the third person whose ankle exploded. I want jello. Nani? You saw the video? I felt weird sharing the video because I looked at the video and I was like, it doesn't look that bad. It just kind of looks like I tripped on my ankle. Like, I've had videos, dude, I have to find this video. It's like a really old video of me dancing to, if you know Love Live, if you know Ball, no brand girls. Oh yeah, it's like a lot of jumping, and I was wearing Converse, like high top Converse, which are not dancing shoes, bro. And I rolled my ankle so bad in that video. It looks bad. It looks scary. Like fully folded. It looks terrible. Actually, oh my god. Someone posted a video of me doing me and Milk Soda of us doing Vitamin Summer. I don't know if you guys noticed that I like stumble while doing that. I rolled my ankle while singing, but I just like it wasn't bad, so like I just kept going. But if you're like, oh, I wonder if that was part of the choreography or if she tripped there. I fucking tripped. Dude, I have to complain about this. I feel cursed. I am such a klutz. And it's not like a, oh, how cute kind of way. It's like genuinely life ruining. Like, I broke my computer the second we landed at LAX. At the maid cafe, I kept dropping shit. And I was like really frustrated with myself because I'm like, oh my god, like, why? I kept like dripping. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I hate it. The worst is when you feel an, oh yeah, I've heard my ankle like I've heard the snap before. Oh, it's so now you have to train to do your routine on one foot. The first time I snapped my ankle at the maid cafe, or not snapped, or I rolled it, whatever, that's actually what I ended up doing. I continued doing the dance, but instead of hopping on, you know, the injured foot, I just kept going on, like, I would do the same move, but on the other foot. Or, like, we had to do, like, a really big jump. I just did, like, a jump on one leg. Like, I modified the dance to not die. Glasses, bones, and paper skin. No! No! You're sorry, but you did laugh. Wow, you were laughing at my pain. I see how it is. It did look like you just tripped or stumbled. No, bro. I rolled my ankle and it hurted. That shit hurted. Oh, wait. Oops. Oh, thanks, Guppy. Thanks, Goopy. Stop I'm not hurting myself on purpose. I'm taking it easy now this weekend. Oh, speaking of Offkai, by the way, who posted up to Offkai? Who's time for like a year of physio? No. I mean, I'm gonna try and do some ankle strengthening exercises because I do want to get better at dancing. And I do actually want to record the dance that we learned at like the Orlando branch. I'm hoping we can all meet up to like record ourselves doing that dance because it was very difficult to learn and it would be nice to have, you know, proof that we learned it. Like, I'm telling you, we had crazy practices. Like, there was a practice where we just went for 6 hours straight, no breaks, because like we couldn't stop for breaks, and it was that serious. Physical therapy. Yeah, you know what? Guppy's an idol that had a torn meniscus, and they performed at Idol Harmony, so that's why I ended up with 3 backup dancers. Because Bambi filled in last minute. For, like, the dances that required kneeling and shit. Yeah. Shout out Bambi, shout out Guppy. You sprayed your wrist a month ago and you still can't load all your weight onto it for even, like, catch the... Ooh. I don't know. Offkai and Otakon back to back. I'm also doing Otakon now. I'm doing Otakon now, and I have to prep stuff for it. I can't announce what it is yet, but like I will be doing something there. It's nothing crazy. I'm like helping someone else. It's not like for me. I'm helping someone else. Okay, Offkai gang, letting you know there will be a minion meetup. It was put together by Curry, I believe. Wait, let me make sure. Right? I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not lying on the internet for fun. It's kind of early just because unfortunately there's so much going on at Off Kai. So I apologize if you're staying up late on Friday, but the only meetup time available was 10 a.m. on Saturday. So more information to come soon, but would be cool. Off Kai and Moshi Expo, maybe MetroCon. I was gonna do MetroCon originally, but Maid Cafe's not doing it. No, I wasn't planning on going to Otakon at all. Hi, Blue Razzie Macron. My original plan was not to do Otakon at all because I'm trying to save money. Like, dude, my hacks at AX to save money, I'm telling you, I did not spend. I think I only bought one meal. Aside from that, all the food that I ate was from the Maid Cafe. Like, I would stuff myself on Maid Cafe food and then, like, not eat after that. So that I wouldn't have to spend money on food. You know how much money I saved doing that? And then, the room was provided by the cafe. So all I had to pay for was the flight. And then, hopefully, I don't know. Yeah. And then, you know, I was working the whole weekend, so. Yeah. And then same with Off Kai. I'm gonna be working for my badge, so. Scream. But yeah, so no, I'm not doing Otakon at all because I was trying to cut back on cons. But then my ex-wife was like, "Hey, I got you," so that's why I'm going to Otakon. So shout out to my ex-wife. Not actually my ex-wife, guys. It's just a friend. Idol Harmony and Now Presenting where you met me. Oh my god. And Guppy for the first. It's crazy because I thought you knew Guppy for much longer. Yeah, I'm sorry. If I could be at every event, I would. It's just expensive. And yeah, I wanted to cut back on events so I can focus on other stuff. Pengy divorce real. Yeah, when evil overlords have to work to get into conventions. Listen, there's no other way I'm able to get to all of these events. I'm either working or performing or recently I have the opportunity to do something that I haven't done in many years. I think I might do it. I'm kind of afraid to say it out loud because I'm like a little stitious and I feel like if I say it, it's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna cook something up, and so there's another con that I've been saying like there's no way in hell I'm gonna go. But every time I say I'm not going to this, an opportunity presents itself, and I'm like, well, I guess I can go now. So yeah. Why can't I teleport? That's a great question. Minions, start working on that teleportation device. I want it done by end of day Monday. Oh, thank you for checking in. Skeleton in disguise. One day we'll fix the spaceship for cheap travel. I can't imagine it would be cheap because gas would be crazy. Dude, you know what? That's another life hack. I actually waited for my friends so that we could all Uber from the airport together on the way leaving. Like, okay, when we got to the airport. So splitting it between 4 of us was obviously a lot cheaper than paying $80 for a single Uber. If you guys had to pay an Uber to get to AX from LAX, I'm so sorry. That is no joke. And then to get to the airport on the way back, I handed someone a crisp $20 bill to get me to the airport. So, yeah, that was a lot cheaper than paying $80. But yeah, they were like local maids that were like, okay, we'll take you. And I was like, here's a crisp 20. And then it was me and then another girl that went too. So yeah, you paid 45. When did you get in? Do we have a minion mission for? I'm sorry, guys. I haven't had a chance to go over those yet, but I'll try to catch up on that this Saturday. If I get to do the cosplay stream. Can't you just go to the Tokyo teleport station? I've actually never heard of that. Your support of... No, I'm not Peng. I'm Pengy. Bro, I didn't have a name tag. I guess... I don't know what happened to my name tag. I just didn't get one. But, people at my table kept thinking my name was Pengu, even though I'm clearly saying Pengy. And then they were like, Pengu. And I was like, no. And then they were like, oh, Pengy with an I. And I was like, no, it's Pengy with a Y. No, I'm not pegging time either. Oh, dang, $20 fancy pants over. Yeah, I had a crisp $20 bill. How was the weather out there? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Actually, crazy bag boy. Okay, what the fuck is up with the weather in LA, dude? I've been to LA during the summer. Why was it cold? I feel like that's not normal. Okay, not only was it cold outside, if you went to the maid cafe room, you are my witness that it was freezing inside the maid cafe, and we weren't allowed to wear sweaters. At one point, if you saw me with a sweater, no you didn't. But like, it was so cold. I think they literally had the room at 60 degrees or something. It was freezing in there. Like, oh my gosh. Dude, it was so cool. It's because the East Coast and Europe had those heat bubbles. Oh, I bet AC culture. It's in Odaiba. Oh, I went to Odaiba. Right, is that where the big Gundam is? That's where Tokyo Idol Fest was. The one time I went. And then it was funny because my friends were... I was like, okay, I'm gonna rest for like an hour because while you guys go see this specific group, I'll just sit here. And then they were like, okay, we didn't want to tell you this, but there is a Mugiwara store in there. And then I went crazy in there. Hi, Millware. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for the first time message. Welcome, welcome. Maybe they didn't want congoers to sweat too much. Honestly, yeah, I'm glad too because we had to wear the same maid uniform all 4 days, and dancing and running around and sweating in them. So I think that the cold room was a good way to prevent the maids also from getting really funky. We had like a bunch of sprays and stuff in the green room to like keep the outfits from getting funky, but like, I mean, come on. Thank you for the lurkies, Metal Chaos. Oh, you met me at the AX Maid Cafe. Yay! Thank you. Was that your first time? Was that our first time meeting? Question mark. What if I spilled on myself? I did actually get something blue on my dress. I don't know how I did that. It's like bright blue. I hope they don't penalize me for that. Like, I think they could wash it off. I hope. But yeah, I just had some random blue shit on myself. Oh! Yay, I hope you had a good time. Who is your maid? Guys, the Texas maids are so cute. I got to meet Kay, who's an idol, and I also got to meet Irie, and they were so cute. And then I also met a lot of LA idols for the first time. It was pretty cool. I love idols. Oh, you had Envy and Souffle. Ah, Texas mention. Yeah, we started beef for fun. Good things maids don't stink. Haha. Right. Yeah, when you went to Off-Kai last year, it was weirdly cold. I know everybody prefers to be cold, but I prefer to be warm. I'm like a lizard. I will like... Actually, I don't like being out in the sun though. Because I feel my face explode every time that happens, but I'm like a cat, okay? I like sitting in a warm patch of sunlight. And being like a lizard. Oh my god, Jinx! I too am lizard. I just said lizard. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. I generally don't have a lot of pictures of AX because I thought I would get exploded and killed if I took pictures of us in the maid uniforms. I think there's some selfies that I took with the maids, but I'm just gonna wait to post them. Oh, how was that sexual harassment? I'm sorry, that's funny. Sorry, the automat is crazy, but thank you. I am very cold-blooded. And you know, sometimes my strat is to hold onto someone else and siphon off their warmth. But all the maids were freezing and cold, so we couldn't do that. I literally, if we're somewhere and I am warmer than the person next to me, that is a problem. At one point, I was like, okay, I will hold... I forgot who I was talking to. It was like another maid. I was like, I'll hold your hands in mine and like try and warm them up. And I was like, this is not working. It was so bad. Aren't I from Florida? There's warm and there's humid and liable to be eaten by a you know what? It's always so cold here in all the buildings in Florida because they dial up the air conditioning up to a bajillion. So when I go outside and it's warm, I love it. No. Shout out Florida. Yeah, I love the warmth. Any recommendations on where to get food near AX from this year? Unfortunately, I did not really go out to eat. I know everybody was going to Yard House though. I actually did go with my friends to Yard House, but I didn't order anything, I think. Cause yeah, I was trying to save money, so I just ate my frozen food from the maid cafe. Shout out Yard House. Hey, yeah, that's where I took this picture of Nyaru. She came over to my table and she was like, "Can I kidnap you?" And then I was yapping at Nyaru's table for a while, and then I went back. Yard House was pretty convenient. Dude, I feel like Yard House is the place to be. And they had really fast service. I just hate how loud and overstimulating these places can be sometimes. But, yeah, they do overcompensate with the AC in public buildings. Fixins is the goal. I heard someone mention Fixins. I think we were trying to go to either Fixins or Yard House, and then Yard House won out in the end. Man, I love VTubers. Me too. Me too. Isn't it crazy how we've got so many talented people in the space? Truth nuke. I'm so excited for Off-Kai, and I thank you guys for hosting a minion meetup. I will do my best to show up. I feel like I'm gonna make it a priority to show up. What would you like to see from a meetup? Question mark. Just because I haven't really gone to many. I've only done cosplay meetups. Yeah, I'm going to Off-Kai. You've been having bad experiences at the Yard House you go to? No, sorry. Morning, Harry. Salamat pagi. You got really good tacos in Little Tokyo. Wait, where? Oh, dude. I went to Little Tokyo on Wednesday before training, maid training. I've been to Little Tokyo like at least 3 or 4 times, and I guess I don't have to pee very often, so, idle stuff, whatever. Okay, no, but in all seriousness, I guess every time I've been there, I've never had to use the bathroom. But this one time, I was like, oh my god, I kind of do have to use the bathroom. And, like, they don't have any bathrooms anywhere, dude. So, PSA, if you're going to Little Tokyo, go piss, girl, before you go. I should wear the AX Maid Cafe outfit. I would rather explode myself, actually. I did not like how I looked in it. Maybe if they had, like, a smaller size, then yes. You took your German friend to eat really authentic Mexican food? He approved. Hell yeah. There is one public restroom in Little Tokyo. I don't know where the hell the metro station is. You like meetups to see Ita bags and people showing off their swag? As far as I'm aware, I only know of one person that has a Pengy Ita bag. And that's Weeby. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I could be wrong, but you know what? I would like to see Ita bags period generally. What does a Pengy Ita bag consist of? I mean, I've got a lot of random merch. Yeah, I used to make buttons back when I was in my idol group, but I don't know what it is. I've noticed that those buttons tend to rust after a couple years. So I have seen some people like kind of jump scare me with my old like idol group merch. I also used to have like omanju as a merch. That's like very rare. Very rare. Let me see if I can find it. How do I find a picture of this? Oh, maybe I can like. You want to buy an Ita bag? Oh, you know, you could probably find some good Ita bags out and about. Where do you guys get your Ita bags? I feel like buying them from conventions, there's like a insane markup, low-key. What the hell? New merch. Maybe it's in here. Oh, not here. Book off. Why does book off sound like threatening? Like you're telling me book off, you know? You know what I'm saying? Oppa Gangnam Style. Okay, okay. Boom, here. This is like a... How do I copy and paste this? I feel like the actual design is cuter because it doesn't have this like crazy seam here. But yeah, this is ancient Pengy merch. I've seen people with this lately, and I'm like, how do you have this? The Kiara shield bag you have a friend bought you as a gift, but you think originally was from Ghost Bay. Oh, you know what? That's if you guys want to support small artists, a lot of them have been making Ita bags, and they're like really good. If you guys know my good friend, Bree, hold on, she has these oh, I've disabled links, so I can't show you, but look, it's Bunny Sleepover. So just look up Bunny Sleepover, and these are her bags. So if Doki Bird, Matara, or Fuamoko, or Mint, or Nerissa are one of your Oshis, these bags are really, really, really cute. So I'm looking at you. Right? Aren't these so cute? With that being said, y'all, can you hear my voice? It's giving up. I think I've kind of touched on everything for AX. I'm so sorry. I barely took pictures because I thought we weren't allowed to, but I guess we were. We just, I don't know. But I would love to I don't know, right now invites to the Discord are disabled, but if you come back tomorrow, maybe I don't know. I was just worried about this stream getting like hijacked or like hate rated or something. Like I just didn't know to what extent people were like really angry about that tweet. So I don't know. Yeah, and thank you guys for letting me, like, rant about that at the beginning of the stream. Sorry if I sounded super heated. Yeah, opener. But if you're able to join the Discord, I would love to be able to plan for the off-Kai minute meetup. And thank you, Curry, for hosting that. Cause yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have I don't know, I wouldn't have thought to do it because I was like, oh, I don't know, I didn't think there would be enough people for a meetup. But if you guys go, I think it could be fun. I'll like think of freebies and things to give out. Yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing a collab with Guppy on Toontown. It's gonna be our actual first collab, which is crazy if you think about it. Hi, Link Cat. How are you? Thanks for going to the Maid Cafe. Oh, you bought her Momo bag. The bags are so cute. Yuka wrote that. Whoa, he's so talented. Naina was worried when she couldn't raid it. Oh, I'm sorry, Naina. Just, yeah, I had to turn off raids for today. Just because you never know. Hopefully I should be back to normal. You know, Guppy and I have never collabed before. Like, just a stream with the two of us collaborating together. We've done, like, a stream where I'm streaming. And Guppy's just, like, I think this was Guppy pre-debut. I don't think we've streamed, like, where Guppy is streaming and I'm streaming. And we're doing, like, a collaborative stream, so... yeah. Oh, Link Cat. People on Twitch are saying hi to you. They say, my love, Link Cat. Oh, you learned about me through the Summer Splash concert. Oh, thank you. Do you like Twice? Do you like alcohol free? I plan to post my performance on that on YouTube soon. Members only already got to see the video like last week, but I plan to upload it as well for public consumption soon. Excessive Boot says, hi, Link Cat. Thanks for the Maid Cafe ticket. So, shout out, Link Cat. And thank you guys, as always, for just being here and being such a great community. I brag about how awesome and kind you guys are all the time. And thank you for having more than 2 brain cells. I'm so serious. Zosan jump scare. I love Zosan. But yeah, I mean, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, my throat will be not raw, you know? Okay, let's see. Excuse me. You was at the club. Bottoms up when I first... let's raid Maya. Yeah, let's do that. Thank you, guys. And thank you guys for being so awesome. Can I raid? Yeah, go live, bro. Go live. Oh. I appreciate that, Garrick. Yeah, have a good night, everyone. Take care of yourselves, yeah? I'm gonna go ahead and listen to my own advice and try to take care of myself. Yeah. Don't forget to copy the raid message. We're going to raid Maya. Where'd they go? I saw them. Maya he. Maya ho. Oh, here we go. Alright. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye.